Mother Mary, Chinese Disco Babe has a question. Mother Mary, Chinese Disco Babe wants to know, what does her partner's mother think of her? What does her partner's mother think of her? This is 999 Show. My name is Bill. No, this is Tools of Fortune. I get this is Tools of Fortune, and I am your host, Bill. I have two channels, and yeah. So we're going to start by reading a question with for Chinese Disco Babe. Welcome. You may ask a question and tell me what your question is, and I will get to you next. So we're starting here with Chinese Disco Babe's question, and then we'll go to your question next. So just please state your question clearly in the chat. And so for what does Chinese Disco Baby's mother-in-law think of her? Or her partner's mother think of her? Oh, Than Deluge. Welcome. Welcome, Than. And we'll do here. So, Chinese. She's hopeful, but it's in a muted sort of a way. Hopeful, but muted. She's kind of clinging to her partner. No, to your partner, to her son, which is natural. She's kind of clingy. And then she also has some trouble with intimacy. So what does she think of you? Maybe she thinks that you are hopeless, hopeful, but a muted hopefulness. That you're too clingy, and there's a lack of closeness. So essentially what I see, Chinese Disco Babe, is that between your partner's mother, there is some animosity. So the hopefulness of it is hopeful, but she wants to get close to you, but there is something that stands in the way, something that is blocking your partner's mother to getting close to you. Maybe there's some clinginess, clinging to the old ways, clinging to the one that was before. Clinging to the one that was before. Clinging to other ideas, clinging to her child, of course. No one is good enough to be with her child. And these things block or mute the ability to establish a real relationship with you. Does that make any sense to you? Does that make sense? So there's a spirit. Let me just write this down. There is a spirit of hanging on to old ways that is getting in the way of establishing a close relationship with you, and but she is hopeful that she wants to have hope that your relationship with her child will endure. She wants to have hope that your relationship with her child will endure. And let me write this down. She wants to have hope that your relationship with her child will endure. Okay? All right. That's what I got from these cards. You know, that's what I got right now. That's what I got right now for you. Now, whether this is what is real, or maybe it's just all illusion, that remains to be seen. But thank you, Chinese Disco Babe, for using the poster place in order to ask questions. And now we will move on to Than Duzelo. Okay. And this is 222026, and the spirit of the day is that of the number 7. It's about withdrawing and coming. You still here, Than? Or was I too slow again? Am I too slow in but we shall THANDILUZ. Okay. ILUZALO 3993. Okay. And you've been separated from Jay for a long time. Does Jay love and want to be with me? Or must I move on? Okay, 2 questions. And there's a separation between you and Jay. A separation between you and Jay. So let us start by clearing the air. Like and sub if you like my content. This is Tools of Fortune, and I am your reader today for entertainment purposes only. Mother Mary, Than has a question. Mother Mary, Than wants to know about Jay. She loves Jay. She wants to be with Jay. But Jay is absent from her presence. She wants to know about Jay and what it is that she must do with herself right now. My box is getting really tattered up. Of course, I bought this deck used. I have other decks, but I'm just using that one. All right, let's just mix and max the cards to mix the cards up a bit. Upside down and right side up. Upside down and right side up. Card on the bottom is a chariot, which is all about movement and moving. The Olympics are over and I'm kind of sad. But I'll get back to doing more readings now. Does Jay love Than and want to be with Than? Does Jay love Than and want to be with Than? I want everybody that is present to be here with Than and I right now as we try to see the truth about Jay and Than. So, Than, I wish you to tell me when to stop shuffling. We're doing a 3-card yes/no explanation. So you can tell me when you want me to stop shuffling. Thank you for the love. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women. So this first card popped out. Okay. So what we got here, Than, is that Jay may not want to be with you anymore. Feels like I got this card for you before. Yes, Jay is passionate. kind of like this knight rushing in, but he's rushing away. Your knight, Jay, is going that way. You are over here, and Jay is going that way. And he's trying to move away from you. There's been much turmoil in his life, much chaos. And there's this movement this way. He's moving away, moving that way, but it is difficult. It's difficult to move away. He too is clinging on, but he wants to move away, but it's difficult. And he feels intolerant with this Queen of Swords energy that is in reverse. He speaks first without thinking. He acts out of being insensitive. He feels, or he has an insensitivity to him, and not being sensitive to what it is that you want then. Speaking fast, speaking bold with passion, that is his MO. That is how he has conducted his life when he has been in a relationship with you. So does he want to be with you? Sometimes he does want to be with you, but sometimes he doesn't. I know that's not what you wanted to hear. You wanted to hear that he wants to come back to you. And some days he does want to come back to you. But most of the days, I think he just wants to go someplace else. And let me just write down the number, the energy of this. And we're looking at 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So in this sense, we have a 9 in the it's at the end, but there's kind of a sticking point. In 9 being the cycle is complete, but there's something preventing him from moving on completely. Does he love you? Maybe. Does he want to be with you? Maybe. There's something that is preventing him, and so yes, there is love for you. But at the same time, he is trying to move on. And we have this 12, 3. So it's about, in this sense, it's about self-expression and a failure to move on. He's having trouble expressing that he does want to move on or go to the next step. He's not wanting to go to the next step. You can look at it that way. You can look at that. This here is this cycle. It is in this place where he's at. Now, the next place coming is a new beginning, but he's reluctant to take that step to a new beginning. Whether that means that he wants to go back to you or he wants to move on. And that's not very clear here. So I'm going to ask the second question about must I move on? And you are asking the question, why must I move on? Why must I move on? That's what I get from this question. Must I move on? And so then let us, using the same cards, and we'll shuffle like that. Everybody here tuning in, please be with Than right now, because Than has this question. Than needs your support. She needs your love. Take the cover over your lamp and let that lamp shine. Let it shine bright like a candle. So, Than, tell me when I need to stop. And the question is, must Than move on? Must Than move on? Must Than move on? Thank you for the love. And that love is for you, Than. I can stop now. Oh, that's the stopping from the previous time. And when do you want me to stop shuffling, Than? For your second question. Okay. All right. And we are looking at, well, Than, you are not ready to move on. The cards are showing that must you move on? No, well, you don't have to move on. But you're not ready to move on. It's not time for you to move on. You need to stay where you're at. And we're looking at 10, 20, 3, 5. What we're looking at here is a 5 energy that is stuck. So it is a 5 energy that is not ready to be challenged, not ready to be free, not ready to make a change. You're not ready to make a change. You're not ready to be free. You're not ready to move to the next challenge. In this spirit we have here, we have a queen again. We have this 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles is a body thing. It's all rooted in your earth, in who you are. You are indulging these feelings, and you're not ready to stop indulging these feelings. You feel as though you are in a place of poverty, not necessarily material poverty, but poverty of love, a lack of love. And you are indulging these feelings of lack. And you also feel emotionally depleted. You don't have the emotional strength to move on. So must I move on? Well, no. You're not ready to move on yet. And you feel in this, with these spirits that are about you, Than, you feel trapped. You feel manipulated to stay where you're at. So maybe Jay is giving you signals like you need to stay. That you need to stay and wait. But yet at the same time, he gives you these signals, but at the same time, he is not paying attention to you. He's not giving you the love that you desire. So you stay where you are. You stay where you are and you feel this lack of love in your life. You feel this lack. Yes, Richard, I am taking questions. Welcome, Sarah. So, Than, does this help any? I don't know, because this is not, I know this is not the answer that you were looking for. You're not ready to move on, and that is clear. The energy tells me that you are not ready to move on and that you are still staying in this place of indulging your misery, indulging your hope, indulging your love for Jay. But Jay may not be loving you back, not in a way that you want. In that state, we have this magician in reverse, and so this in this state it's all about like trickery. And so what would be my advice there, Than? It would be, in this sense, you're still in this place of it's like unrealized love. In this case, it is a love thing. It's unrealized love. And what you need to do is to start to turn this up, to start to dream again. Start the process of dreaming again. The healing of your heart will take a while, and you are not ready to move on to another relationship. That's what the energy says right here. But you can take the time to dream, and in time those dreams may become real. Okay? Thank you, Than. I'm sorry that um, the cards didn't work out, or the energy didn't work out in such a way that was a definitive answer either way. And what do we have like total here? We got 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 1 plus 7 is 8. So what's going on here in total, we're looking about the manifestation of all of the energies that you are feeling right now are becoming real. Everything is becoming real in you, but this energy that of moving on is not, it's not the right time. It's time to heal your heart. It's time to become whole again within yourself before moving on to another man. Okay? All right. Richard? You're welcome, Than. And the energy of today is 7. So, Richard, what is your question? What is your question, Richard? All right, Than. Thank you. You're welcome. If you like the content, subscribe to the channel, push the like button, share the video, supposedly all that. Brandy Lee, I am doing readings, and Richard is next if Richard is still here. If Richard is not still here, I will move on to you, Brandy Lee. Hooligan, I will write your question down, but I will be with you in. You're a new subscriber, okay? Hooligan. Let me write your question down. But the order is Richard, if he's here, Brandy Lee, and then we have Hooligan. I will write your question down, Hooligan. And your question is, does George have feelings for me? Brandy Lee, what is your question? Richard is not still here, so I will answer. Okay, Brandy Lee. What does Jermaine feel about me? So if you're there watching in, since Brandy Lee was before you, Hooligan, I will get to you next. Richard did not state a question, so I will be passing him by if Richard comes back. So please hang out here. Hang out here in the chat, and just give everybody here your support. So Hooligan, we are moving on to Brandy Lee, and then I will get your question, and hopefully Richard will come back. If not, Richard may come back the next time. All right. What you want to remember is that you matter. You matter. Okay, let's start by clearing the air. This is for Brandy Lee, and I want everybody's concentration here to be with Brandy Lee. That way that we can better see what it is that Brandy Lee needs. Mother Mary, Brandy Lee has a question. Mother Mary, Brandy Lee wants to know about Jermaine and how Jermaine thinks and feels about her. When I did my card draw today with my Mary Magdalene oracle, the card was about union and being in union with who you are right now and who you are in your divine state of being, in your unrealized self, to become one with you here and one with you in your unrealized self. We are in union with our realized and unrealized self, but we feel separated from that usually. And we are heading into Lent here. Into Lent. All right. Let us begin by, I'm going to shuffle. This oracle is about the vibe. It's what's the vibe, and trying to figure out what the vibe is. I'm going to mix and match these cards up and down. That way, this is basically an upright deck, but we're not going to be using it that way. We will be using it as as things, the energies are mixed and matched together. And then in the rest of my reading and preparing today, it's all about letting your light shine into the world. Don't cover up who you are. Let yourself shine. All right. Brandy Lee, why don't you tell me when I need to stop shuffling here? And this is what is the vibe with Jermaine? What does Jermaine think of you? What does Jermaine think of you? What is the vibe of that situation? And so Brandy Lee, okay, we're right there. Well, I don't know that this is... What the cards are showing is that there is gossip. There's a bunch of gossip going on and rumors. Maybe either rumors about you or rumors about him. And he's listening to these rumors. Maybe these are the rumors that you like him or he likes you. So there are these rumors that are out there. And gossip. And people getting into each other's business. That's part of what is he thinking about you, listening to rumors. So there maybe not be any direct, real good communication going on in between with you and him. And there is a bit of, and because of this, because of these rumors and this lack of information, there is a feeling of being empty, of being tired. It's tiring everybody out. And this card here seems like it might be better this way. And so, which is causing some insincerities and some reactions that are actions and reactions that are not based in heart energy. Reactions and actions that are based out of this gossip, out of rumors. Now, this gossip and rumors, they may be good things, they may be bad things. You don't really know what these rumors and gossip is. But this card of exhaustion it suggests that there's some battling that is going on between these things, and it is causing poor decisions to be made. Poor decisions. Poor decisions. That's what it's sort of causing, is these poor decisions to be made. And so let's just go, I want to go look at this, go look here. And I'm going to look here. And we want to know is, and the question still being, is what does Germain think of you? What does Germain think? What are Germain's actual thoughts? Because what we have here is, this is like community thoughts. And engaging in community thoughts. Now let's just try to see what Germain is. And again, I'm asking you to tell me when to stop shuffling, so that I know, we can have this connection here. That we can connect our energies together, and on the periphery of your energy, Brandy Lee, we can see the impressions of, okay. The card here is 28. 28, in that sense, we are looking at the manifestation of a two energy of the balance between light and dark, the yin and the yang, between the male and the female. And so one being a masculine energy, two being a feminine energy, and together, one and two, masculine and feminine, is a two energy, a light and a darkness, and not in a good, we're not talking about good and evil, we're just talking about shadows and light, shadows and light. And don't put a value judgment on that state of being, because when the sun goes down and it's dark out, that doesn't mean that why did this light burn out? Okay, we're back in business here. I must have grabbed the old one. All right. So, in that's kind of what I see here. But in the 8 being a number about bringing things into reality. And so, in that, if we're thinking, what does Germain think of you? And you have this sort of a balance of light and darkness, of yin and yang, and you're kind of trying to bring that into fruition, into being. And if we take a look at just the number 28 itself, numerology, 28. And so 28 itself, according to the Google, the number itself about cooperation and ambition. But you're looking at these numbers added together, become 10, becomes 1. It's about something new, the beginning of something new. So you're looking at the 2, and you're looking at the 8, and together this is manifesting something new into your reality. Something new is coming into Jay's reality. Okay? Oh, did that happen that way? When the sun went out, that was like, just happened to go out at that time. So the first word that popped out into my head here, Brandy, was about trust. There's also, in a sense of this sense of exhaustion, there's a sense of depletion. A spirit of depletion is in this moment. a spirit of depletion, and being on the edge of a dream. Being on the edge of a dream here, but there's a sense of a depleted and exhausted, or some burnout going on. And so, being on the edge of a dream, you need to trust this situation, but you have to be careful of these things, these energies that are causing this exhaustion, are um, causing exhaustion, is depleting the energy, depleting the dream. But there's that number one, a a new beginning coming upon you, upon him. What does he think of you? What is his feelings for you? He's dreaming. He's dreaming. He's on the edge of a dream about a new reality. Then we have the number red, or the color red. Red of passion. Red of danger. Red of passion. Red of danger. And so you look at that yin and yang, that number two, the balancing between passion and danger. And why does that number, the word rent, keep coming up? I keep looking, maybe that's just where my eyeballs are falling. Rent. Like you're in a place of rented time, rented space. It's a sense that there is no ownership here, that you're not owning your own agency, your own free will, that somebody else has control over you. So maybe what we're seeing here, Brandy Lee, is that Jermaine that Jermaine is not completely in control of this situation. So you may need to spend some actual time talking to him, Brandy Lee, trying to build the trust between the two of you, because there seems to just be an energy of exhaustion and depleted energy here, and that just may the root of that, the root experience of that is that about rent. And yeah, I think about rent, and rent is something you don't own. It's something that is borrowed for a time. It is borrowed at a cost. Borrowed at a cost. And so he's on the edge of a dream. Edge of that dream, a dream about passion. But at the same time, it also on that edge of a dream is danger. He sees you as dangerous. And that danger may be what happened in his last relationship. How did his last relationship end? Maybe when he sees you, Brandy Lee, he sees some of that. And so that may be why all of these rumors and this gossip is going around. Does that help at all? Does that make sense? Does that have a sense now? Does I know that you were asking the question because you wanted to know if this is a person that you you want to know if this is a person that you can be with as a love. But I think what I'm getting here about this is that there's not enough information. There's not enough information to even come into that place. Because, yes, there is passion, there's dreaming, but there is also danger. And so you're going to have to spend time talking to this guy and not enforcing any rumors, and talking to this guy in such a way that gossip doesn't get out, that there's no gossip, your friends aren't gossiping and talking. And so when you talk to him, keep those conversations to yourself so that you can build up a trust. Because there's obviously in this relationship here, there's people that you know that he knows. And so it's like there's a circle here, and there's a whole bunch of people on the peripheral, and they all know each other. You know them, they know you, or they know you from school. They know you in a sense. Does that someone else is in control, and so you can't have a relationship in that space where someone else is in control. So you have to gain trust. You actually have to begin a relationship. You have to begin something, but you got to do it on the level that trust is maintained at all times, and that whatever is going on, it doesn't slip into a place of rumors, because rumors and gossip will just kill this thing. Okay? All right, that's what I got. And so let me just write that down. I'm going to write that down for you. There's a lack of control, lack of control and trust, and gossip will destroy this relationship, will destroy any relationship will destroy any potential relationship. So that's your big enemy here, Branduli, is gossip. And gossip is the thing that will destroy any potentiality of you having a relationship with this guy. Or what does he think of you? What does he feel about you? He is having difficulty figuring that out because of this, because of gossip. And because of that, he is in a place where he is not in control of himself. He's allowing other people to control the situation. All right. Okay, so that's that. Let's go on to Hooligan. Hooligan, are you still here? Are you still here, Hooligan? Yesterday I ground up some good coffee. You know how expensive coffee is these days, and I have a lot of Alicia. Okay, I have a lot of bad coffee, cheap coffee on hand, but I also have some good coffee. When you have to pay what, almost $15 a pound for coffee, and you go buy a 2 kilogram or a kilogram bag of coffee for $15, and the quality of that coffee is terrible. But that's what I've been drinking, a lot of bad coffee, but I had some good coffee. And yesterday I thought, I just got to have that good coffee. March is coming in up, and March is my birthday month. I'm going to be almost 60 years old. Anyways, so that is that. So we got Alicia. Does George have romantic feelings for Alicia? I am taking questions. I have time to, I have a half hour left on questions. So Richard is not here anymore. Got impatient and moved on. So you will be my last one, bro. BR2023. So you want to state your question now, and then we will be right with you. Oh, you know what? Mm-mm. No, I don't want to do that. Okay. Oh, I can't do that over here. All right. All right. So while you are doing that, I am going to start by clearing the air. Now, I wanted to alert everybody who's here. I want to one of the features that I have on my channel. Let's see if you can see this. If you can see this here on the post page. On the post page, you can post your questions here. I got some nice pictures. And then when I go live the next time, or if there's a lot of questions, I will do a video response for you and however many people are asking the question. So if you have questions, and because I have two channels, this is one channel, Tools of Fortune, and this is my other channel. This is my other channel, and I have a talk show. I do talk show stuff on one channel, and 999 show. This is my I have like 1,470 subs on it. It's not a monetized channel, but I've been posting on this channel for like 3 years. 3 years, and I do a lot of different things. A lot of different things. Probably when we come into the Easter, so I did a show Thursday with Sarah, and Sarah is she's in the chat right now, and did a show with her, and we talked about mystic things, and so that's that. And I do a talk show. I do all kinds of different kinds of content on the 999 show. This coming up Friday, I'm going to be having one of my old fraternity brothers on, and we're going to be talking about the way things used to be, because we are about the same age, and actually, we're talking about the way things used to be before the internet was widespread. The way things used to be. Kind of a trip down nostalgia lane. That's next Friday night on a show called Talk to Me. And then, but here we are. If you have questions, anytime you can post your questions here in this section of questions wanted. Post your questions here, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. So if it's on a video response, it would be right now we are here. If it's a video response, it would be like an almost live video, minimal edits, or we are here, and I'm talking about my channel. All right. So now we are saying you're in a stressful situation, and okay, so this is a question about success. I will write this down. So you want to know if this situation is going to work out. Will this situation work out in your favor? That's kind of what, will it have a good outcome? Will it have a good outcome? I think that's what your question is. But let's go on to Hooligan here. We're going to go move on to Hooligan. Hooligan is next. All right. I did happen to just make somebody a mod here. And I do have a rule when it comes to making mods, and all the moderators I have are people whom you've either met, chatted with, or been on my channel, and that's the rules I set up for myself. I don't make mods of people that I've never actually had a conversation with face to face. And so that's the thing. Does George have feelings for me? Let's clear the air. And Alicia, I want you to be with me right here, right now. And I want everyone else to be with Alicia and I right now as we try to get to what is going on with George. Okay, so let's clear the air. And this is for entertainment purposes only. Welcome, welcome, Mother Mary. Alicia has a question. Mother Mary, Alicia likes George. And Alicia wants to know Does George like her? Okay. All right, Alicia. I need you to be here right now. Be here with me right now. I'm going to pull this one out because Richard is not here. All right. This is a 3-card yes no exploration. And so, Alicia, I need you to tell me when it is time to stop shuffling. All these cards are falling out. When do I need to stop shuffling? Grace the Lord is with thee. Stop. Okay. Yes. Yes, I will put you into the mix. So, Alicia, what I'm getting here is that there is a lot of friend feelings here. There's friend feelings, but there may not be romance feelings here. And George, you spent time with George. You've gone maybe to parties with him. You've gone to social functions, and you have a great time with him, and he has a great time with you. But at this point in time, there's nothing there. There's nothing there beyond this friend thing, and there is a sense of maybe he doesn't have the strength to ask you out on a date. Is he kind of a nice man? Is he a shy man? A nice man, a shy man? Is he shy? But there's a sense of, oh, he's your ex. I see. He's not really shy. Okay. So he's your ex. Hmm. What I see here is does he have feelings for you? Maybe. But I think his feelings for you are purely on the friendship level. They're on in a they're not in a realm of being as a lover again. And with that, because what I see here is that when it goes beyond the friendship area, he's getting kind of bored with the situation. He wants to do something else. And there's a bit of this lack of strength here. A lack of strength. And so of the lion in the strength card in the reverse position, it's saying that the strength to maybe even tell you what he feels is not there. I mean, he may have still have romantic. He probably still has romantic feelings for you, but right now he's just purely in the friendship area, and he wants to keep it there. He wants to keep it there so that, you go see him at a party and you see him with his friends, and they're having a good time and all that. But beyond that, there's nothing here. There's nothing there. That's kind of what I'm seeing. And because this sense of being superficial, with you, and so the feelings are really just on the surface. There's no depth. There's no complexity to these things. Okay, so let's just take a look what those numbers say. With the 3, it's about expressions and expressing oneself. But the other numbers here, we're looking at 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. It's actually 3 again, but it's in a sense that one, they're expressing oneself, yes, but at the same time, not expressing yourself. So it's kind of a dichotomy here, a balance between one, yes, expressing this sort of a feeling, this emotional feeling to you, but at the same time, what that is, it's expressing absolutely nothing at all. It's not expressing anything, and so it's sort of an empty expression of emotion towards you. Okay, does that help? And I don't do health and legal questions on my channel. If you have some health issues, you should really think about going to a doctor. Blurry vision to me means that you might need to get your blood sugar checked out. I mean, I'm a diabetic. I've been struggling with pre-diabetes for 20 years, and I have damage on my retina due to high blood sugar, and I am in treatment with a medical doctor for blood sugar issues, and I am constantly having to. My diet is, yeah, it's hard to maintain a healthy diet, but for 2 months now, I've been maintaining my blood sugar, and it's almost in the normal range, but it's not really there. And so when you have these physical ailments, now that would be like, yeah. So I would really, really recommend that when you have health concerns, to please go to a medical clinic of some kind. Go to something that you can afford to go to, and to have yourself checked out, because you have blurry vision. That to me suggests you got some things going on with your retina. It's either could be age related, because when a person turns 40, around that time, that's when their eyeballs change. I know I bought my first magnifying glass when I was like 38. I had my first pair of bifocals when I was like 40, almost 50 years of age is when I got, I think it was, yeah. Yeah, when I was 49 was when I got my first bifocals, and this is my third pair of bifocals, and they're multi-focus. They used to be clear on the top. Now they are reading glasses, and now they're multifocal lenses. They're multifocal lenses, and so I you have a health concern, so don't um, just try and book an appointment with a medical professional of some kind, one that you can afford to go to. Okay, is that helpful? Yes, your vision changes over 40. That's absolutely true. And you have blurry vision, and I would my there is a sense that your vision changes over 40, but if you are not 40, you really and your vision is getting blurry, and you weren't born with eyes that had if you were had perfect vision up until very recently, that to me suggests you really need to go get yourself checked out, because you could have because the things that can cause blurry vision, migraines is one. I have migraines. Migraines can give you blurry vision, and you're in a migraine cycle. You can have blurry visions. The other thing that can um, cause you to have that is high blood sugar. High blood sugar. And so, what you could do between now and the time you get an appointment with a doctor, I'm not giving medical advice. This is not medical advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. This is my suggestion would be to change, to take the sugar and take the wheat and take the grain out of your diet. Remove the rice, remove the bread, and remove the sugar. And remove those things from your diet. And then, if it is blood sugar that is causing your blurry vision, some of your blurry vision will begin to clear up a little bit. But if you have damage to your retinas, you really need to go to an eye doctor. You need to go to a doctor to get yourself checked out. And anyways, that's just one human being to another. One human being to another. One human being to another. I do not need to read cards on that. I'm just telling you, one human being to another. Go see a doctor, but if you are having, I know that diabetes is a problem with almost everybody that is born to a certain degree in your life, and every I don't know what the rates of diabetes is in your country, but in my country, 30% of the population is pre-diabetic by the time they reach their 40th year of your life. I have diabetes in my family, and my sister is diabetic. I'm diabetic. My mom is pre-diabetic, um, and so there's all kinds of diabetes in my family. So I got to be extra careful. But all right, let's go move on. Let's go move on to BR 202 Bro to 2023, and we are. If you're still here, I want to go and take your question. Okay. I don't know if you're still here. You are. You're still here. Okay. Let me start by clearing the air. I'm going to clear the air, and so So I want everybody to come here right now and bring their attention to this moment. Bring your attention to BR 2023. Mother Mary, BR 2023 has a question. Mother Mary, BR 2023 has been going through a lot of stuff of late. The things are keeping him up at night. In this place of anxiety, in a place of chaos. And BR 2023 wants to know, when will this storm be over? When will it be over? And will it be favorable? What will the outcome be? When will this storm be over? Okay. So what we're going to do here is I want to try to get a sense of where you are at. We're going to use this major arcana oracle here. And I'm going to tell you just a little bit. We're going to start here with the story. And in our journeys in this tarot life, this is who you are. BR, this is you. And I want you to look at this image and look at it really good. This is you. And you've embarked on this journey, and you have this trusty dog at your side, your guardian angel, this loyal, loving presence that is with you at all times. You are going into this situation with this white rose of pure intentions, of purity, of innocence, of trust, of beauty. And you are bathed in light, in this light of your true self, this divine light, this light that never grows dim, that is always around you, always present. And with you, you are carrying all the tools you need to get through every situation in your life. And BR, you have just stepped off this cliff. And we're gonna go. You stepped off this cliff, and now we want to see where you're at. And this is the situation here that we're talking about. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take these cards, I'm going to mix them around, up and down, this way and that way. This, there, like here, just all in randomly mix them around. And again, let's just shuffle them together. Shuffle them together. Remember to like and sub, but also remember that you matter. You are important. You are very important. All of you are all important. Each and every one of us is important, and each and every one of us has a light of love to share with the world. And I'm going to shuffle these together in BR 2023. I need you to tell me, I'm going to shuffle just a little bit more. We're going to just want to see what's ahead of you. What's behind you and what's ahead of you. I'm going to do a cut the deck here. I'm going to change the cards around in this direction. And now, BR 2023, I need you to tell me when to stop shuffling. When do I need to stop shuffling? When do I stop shuffling? Okay. So, do you want these cards on top or do you want them on the bottom? This is over or under. Over or under. Over or under. Over or under. Over, under. Okay. All right, so now we're going to go through and find you. All right. Everything's upside down. So where you're at, you said you're all stressed out. You are, what sits behind you is the Emperor in reverse. What sits behind you is a feeling of a lack of power, or that your foundations have been completely been rocked. Your foundations of how you are living your life and everything in this situation feels as though it's upside down. Your power, your ability to control your actions and control your rules, the rules and boundaries you set for your life seem to be muted, to be blocked, to be out of control. Okay? And that's that sense of being stressed and you're having trouble hanging on. And in that same sense, this is you. You're not no longer. You're in a in a place where you don't trust yourself. You feel like you're all alone, and that the light is not shining on you. And what is sitting ahead of you right now is the star in the in its reverse form. I need to cover up the little the nudie parts of the star here. And so what's immediately ahead of you is a sense of hopelessness, that maybe things aren't going to work out exactly as you would like them to, that your star energy is not being poured into you, So that's kind of and so this, I see the star in a sense about hope and about empowerment, but that hope and that empowerment is a long ways away. Immediately, that's what I got for you. This is probably not what you wanted to hear. I'm going to add up those numbers, and we don't want YouTube to flag this video for the anyways. So we're looking at the numbers of 4, let's see, 17, 21. So where you're at overall, and for the where you're at overall is, I'm going to put this way instead of 21-3, but so if we look at 21 in a tarot sense, since we're coming in a major arcana, that's like the world is opening up to you. But in this sense, it's the world isn't opening up to you, and in this sense, in the number 3, in a sense of a 1 through 9 numerological sense, we're looking at like a lack of creativity or a lack of being able to really adequately express yourself. So maybe this is how you feel right now. You feel that you can't be yourself in this moment. That you feel you can't you can't, or you're blocked from being yourself. You can't be yourself in this moment. Okay, I'm gonna go and I want to look into this just a little bit further, and we're gonna do a little bibliomancy here. A little bibliomancy. And so what I'm going to use this book as an oracle deck. And so I'm going to be rolling these 2 tops in order to get a page number. And we want to see what we can find on this page number for you in regards to this situation. Okay? All right, now I am just going to, I'm going to spin the top. I'm going to hold it down just a little bit so it doesn't run away. So don't run away from me. So the first number is 9. 9, okay? And we get 2 more numbers. 2 more numbers. 9. Looks like it's a 5. 2, 952. So we're going to take a look at this number 952. 9 is at the end of something. So what we have just by this number alone, what you're looking at, you're going from this way to this way. You are, whatever is going on in your life is at its end. It's at its end. But what's going to happen is you're going to go into a change. You're going to have some change on the way. Change. It's a end of a moment. End. Change. and a rebalancing, a balancing. You're going to justice is going to happen in this thing. So we have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1 plus 6 is 7. So in this sense, you have in this number here, the resulting number is that of contemplation, of needing to take time for yourself. So you are stressed out in this moment. But what this number here tells me is you need to take time for yourself. You need to have faith that whatever you're going through is going to come to a close. There's going to be a change, and there's going to be a rebalancing of the situation, a rebalancing of your life. So your foundations, your power will come back. You will regain this sense, your emperor, your ability to have agency over your life, your ability to command, be it in command at the moment. All right? This will be restored. This feeling of hope. Hope for a better day, that the stars are out and the stars are shining on your life. This too. This balance will be restored too. And your pool of energy will be filling up. The stars, the things you dream about, all these things will be returning because balance will be returning to your life. This thing will end. You will gain some kind of a change will happen, and your life will be rebalanced. You'll feel more at ease, but you need to take some time for yourself to be at peace, to be uniting with your higher self, uniting with your higher power, with the divine feminine, with the divine masculine, with the nature, with nature all around you, with your brothers and sisters out there in the plant and animal kingdom. You need to reunite with them. Take time to be in the quiet. Take time in the quiet to be at one with your thoughts, be at one with yourself, alone, without distractions like social media, or without the distractions of those things in your life that are causing you pain and distress. Okay? That's kind of what I see in this number here. That's what I get in this number here. But let us take a look at page 952. 952. Was that, is an eclipse or a black sun in the sky? 951. 952. 952 is right here. The beauty and goodness of life that God has bestowed upon them. Beauty and goodness of life. Renunciation. Being a student. So we're looking at the goodness of life. So what you have, what are you coming into? The goodness of life will reassert itself. The goodness of life. You feel as though you have been laid bare. And do you have the strength to endure it? Well, you are enduring this. You have the strength to endure this stressful situation. And there will be a sense of forgiveness because you can forgive. You can forgive. Your soul laid bare. Unite yourself. Have faith that you will get through this. Have faith. And justice, love, and peace. So what you will be getting out of this situation, what you're going to be getting out of this situation is so BR 2023. Justice, peace, and what was the other thing I said? Beauty and goodness. And goodness. I don't know if this helps at all, but the message that I'm getting in here, and I got from the number itself, is that you are going to have a sense of justice from this. Justice will be served. Peace will be reestablished. You will come again into a place where you feel the beauty and the goodness of life. The beauty and the goodness of life. Have faith. And above all, take time. Take time alone to be with yourself, just to breathe. To be with yourself in the here and now, to be with yourself right now in this moment. To take rest from all of the things that demand something of you. To push that away because you matter. And you can come into a place where you are in union with yourself. You can trust again. Can be at peace. And all these forces outside of you, their voices will become still. Okay? And I did say love is in this as well. So beauty, goodness, love, justice, and peace. All right. That's what I got for you. You know, I haven't gone and given a message from Mother Mary. I'm going to go do that now. We have Mother Mary, my Mother Mary Oracle. And I think BR, I'm going to ask you to do one more task for me, BR. And I want you to help me select the card. I want you to help me select a card here, BR. You know, because we are all in this together. We are all in this together. Now look what was on the bottom here. The world. Didn't I talk about this card? I did talk about it, that it was in this form. This is interesting. On the bottom of this deck was the world card. And you will come back into a place of justice and balance, and where the world will once again open up to you. You'll gain some closure, and that world will reopen itself to you. And you will begin a new cycle. You'll begin again. You'll be the fool again on that ledge, ready to jump off into a brand new adventure. And that's what is coming for you soon. Soon. All right. You can help me to select the message from Mother Mary to all of us. I'm going to put your card over here. I hit the microphone again. Everything's really tight in here. All right. All right. A message from Mother Mary. And if you're still there, BR 2023, you can just help me to select this card. Oh, there we go. And let's do a... All right. So this is the card. And it is Our Lady of Ringing, Our Lady of Ripening on the Vine. You are closer to fruition than you may realize. Manifesting desires of your heart are the heavenly fruit, becoming heavy on the vine and ripening, ready to be enjoyed. Fruit that is not gathered and eaten will rot, fertilize the earth, and be born again. Nothing is wasted, yet the fruit could be sweetly savored by those capable of receiving. Gratefully calm and enjoy your harvest. And so this is actually BR 2023 really kind of is an extension of your reading, because this is what's going on in your situation, that it is coming to a close. It is fruit on a tree that is ripening, and that fruit on the tree is good to eat. But the fruit on the tree is ready also to become something new, And so the message to all of us is that something new is always out there on the horizon. Mother Mary is with us. These divine feminine spirits are there to show us the way. It looks like I went offline for a second. Show us the way. That's a pretty image. All right, it's starting to get dark here. I need to bring the wood in. And it's almost 5 o'clock, so... Oh, and it's pouring down rain, too. I want to thank everybody who pushed the like and the sub button. And 11 people pushed the like button. That's great. And I'm going to remind everybody about the things that I got going on my channel. I want to thank you, BR2023. Thank you, Brandy Lee. Thank you, Sarah Walsh. Thank you, Umbra Enough. Thank you. Oh, did I miss somebody? Thank you, Hooligan. Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Brandy Lee. And I'm sorry that I didn't get to Richard. Thank you, Thondaluz. Thank you. So, if you are watching this on the replay, do people actually watch the stuff on the replay? I have a section, or you're just tuning in, I have a section on my Tools of Fortune page where you can go leave questions. And so I began this reading with a question that was left here. Now, other things that I have on my page is I have some links in here. I do have a PayPal link. I have an Amazon wish list. I'm going to clean this thing up. There's a lot of things on here. PayPal link. I do have this medical GoFundMe, but it's simply because my health and my dental insurance doesn't cover crowns and root canals, and I need I do need a root canal on some of my back teeth, and so there are links here. I know times are tough, and I get that, and so the readings here are free, but I do have some donation. You can donate if you feel moved to it. You don't have to, but your questions can go here. Questions here if you want, and all right. Well, that's all I got for you guys, and that's all I got. And so I do readings every Sunday afternoon, plus readings at other times during the week. And since the Olympics are over, I will probably be doing another reading in the middle of this week. I'm going to be going on someone's show tomorrow. Well, let me see if I can find her channel, Tapestry. No, that's a different one. Sarah's going to be being a guest on someone's show tomorrow. And let me see if I can find that. Anyways, you don't care about that. So, anyways, I am going to say good night and thank you very much for letting me read for you. And at the very least, I will be back next Sunday afternoon for more readings, and probably another time this week, maybe a late nighter, probably a late night one. Anyways, that's all I got. Blessings and peace to you, and thank you for your support, and we'll be back with you soon. Bye-bye.